What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today, Bitcoin is sitting at $61,600. We also see Ethereum showing signs of strength, sitting at 34.40, and we have the Qs also higher today at 480, as well as Nvidia showing a little sign that it's just kind of taking a little break here. So is it time to sell your crypto? And what stocks and sectors could we be looking at to get returns that may outpace the rest of the market? We will get into all of that, and I want to dive deep into Bitcoin and crypto later in this video just to show you what I think is going on here and where we may be in this crypto cycle. So if that sounds good to you, be sure to hit the like button. And if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe and let's get into it. All right, guys, we have NVIDIA selling off, showing oversold on the daily, so we may see a little bounce here, but a lot of these big cap, magnificent seven stocks are showing a much higher prices, such as Microsoft and Google. But first, I want to discuss where we are at in this presidential election cycle because this is kind of key to understanding where we are in this overall bull cycle. Um, and of course, nothing's ever guaranteed, but we can use past data to kind of understand what may happen next. And this is a chart from Fidelity that shows the S&P trend compared to all of the presidential elections on average. So you can see we still have quite a bit to go. We may have some volatility coming up and a pullback. I would expect that. I think that would be normal for the Qs to see some sort of correction and maybe the SPY of maybe like 3 to 5% or possibly 10% pullback. I definitely think that is possible as a lot of these markets are a bit overextended currently. But going forward, I still think we go a lot higher through the end of this year and into 2025. And I will show you why I believe that later on in this video. But let's take a look and see what sectors may start to see some outperformance of the market. First off, we have the metals XME sitting at 58.52 right here on this line of support or just below. This is the daily chart, and we do have a little uptick on the RSIs, showing some oversold conditions on the daily. But if we zoom out here just a little bit, and it might be better to go to the weekly chart on this. Well, you can see that this is a part of a longer term trend that we've had since back in 2020. And the RSIs are right at the bottom side on the weekly as well. And we know once we get this golden cross, a lot of times we see these bigger bounces. So it looks like some of the metals may start to do better here in the short to medium term. Long term, I think they still go higher as well. And one of those that's been really popular over the past uh, year or so, year or two really, has been uranium. And this is the uranium ETF URA setting at 29.34. Again, sitting on our upwards sloping trend line that we've seen for about a year now. And if we just take a look at some of these uh, moves, well, you can see from the bottom to the top of that is about a 16% move. So you may see something like that coming up here very soon for some of these ETFs. Another ETF is the uranium miners, and this is URNM setting at 49.83. And again, we could take a look at just what this move is from the bottom up here to the top, and that's about a 22% move for this ETF. So some of these here could do really well in the coming days and weeks. A lot of these charts show very similar conditions to some of the other risk assets. We'll get a little bit more into that. But first, I wanted to discuss gold, which is showing a bounce today. And if we go to the weekly chart on this, you'll see that the RSI is right at the bottom side and just starting to tick up. So we could see a bounce here for gold as well, setting at 23.25. But if we go to the monthly, and this is what I was going to mention about why I am a bit cautious here, especially on a lot of the risk assets, and something that we should consider. We'll get more into Bitcoin and crypto, but you see the RSIs are at the top side on a lot of these charts, including the major indices such as the S&P and the Qs. So some of these could come back down for gold. I could see this coming back down to around that 2150 to 2200, possibly sometime here in the future. But for right now, gold is looking bullish here in the short to medium term. Another sector that I've been keeping an eye on is tan. Tan setting at 41.36 right here at the bottom side on the RSIs for the daily. So we could see a nice bounce here for some of these solar stocks. And in this sector, of course, the solar sector has been really beaten down. And that's also giving us a bounce here. Tesla's showing a bounce and really kind of took off yesterday, up to $200 this morning, just about. And really, what I wanted to point out here on this chart with Tesla is that $200 level is a psychological level. It may take some time to break through that. We could come back down here and possibly retest this downwards channel that we had. If you were looking to get in this and you missed it as a trade, well, you'll probably want to see the price come back down somewhere around this area. But I think there's a lot of upside potential because this looks like it's putting in inverse head and shoulders here. And if you take that measurement from the neckline to the head and then just put that up here, well, you can see that gives us a price target of around 230. And of course, we've got a gap fill right around 208, as well as a couple other gaps to begin building your portfolio. I'm sorry, guys. I just noticed that I got a notification here that the live stream had disconnected and reconnected. So hopefully I am still with you all. But yeah, if you want to start building your portfolio, you can do so on Robinhood with just as little as $1 and begin investing in stocks, options, ETFs, and trade commission free. Plus, they allow you to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, and many more cryptos, as well as gold. If you're interested, there is a link down below. Let's get into Bitcoin and what's going on with crypto. Well, Vinny Lingham posted this over here on X. He said, why are multiple governments selling their Bitcoin? It's starting to look coordinated. So the U.S. government just sent 3.94 thousand Bitcoin to Coinbase. And so We've got the German government selling, and it looks like a lot of these governments are selling off their Bitcoin, and some of the weak hands are as well. Why is that? Well, the Bitcoin price has been a bit weak here lately, and as you can see, Bitcoin is in this downward sloping trend. And so, how much lower could this go? Well, I do see that if we lost or this area right around this $59,000 level, we could be going into that mid 50s or possibly low $50,000 range. Some people are saying it could go as low as $40,000. I think it would take something pretty big to make that happen. Start to see Bitcoin go up towards the mid level on this chart. And if we can break through that, well, then I think we will go towards the upper end. And if we can get above that $67,000 level, well, I think that would be very bullish for Bitcoin. If we take a look at the total 3 chart, we see that we are starting to form a little base here on the daily for the total 3. So a lot of these altcoins are starting to show signs of strength, particularly the Ethereum and Ethereum network is showing more strength than Bitcoin itself. But what else do we have going on? Uh, Eric Voorhees posted this: U.S. government declared Coinbase an illegal brokerage, then proceeds to use Coinbase as its brokerage. So you can see what's going on here behind the scenes. Of course, this was a while back when the U.S. said that Coinbase was illegal brokerage, and of course that is being ruled out now. So yeah, you see what they're doing. They always try to fool us and manipulate us and thinking that we should do something, and then they go behind our backs and do something else. So typically it's best to follow what they are actually doing and not what they are saying. Here's another chart on the liquidity cycle. Um, and this is posted a while back. This was looks like it was back around the start of 2023 possibly. But this just shows you the liquidity, which is in the white line, compared to the NASDAQ in the blue. And so now we're in 2024. We're back above those all-time highs. So we're back up above in this area here somewhere. Uh, and if we take a look at this chart of the global liquidity, um, actually this is the US liquidity here. But you can see right here, going into 2024, we are just starting to turn up, and that's why so many people are bullish on Bitcoin and crypto over the next couple of years. So that is something to keep an eye on and in consideration. We know once they start cutting rates, that should be bullish for risk on assets. Um, there's the total 3 again. Let's move on to some of these other coins. Solana showing some signs of strength, setting at 146.82, moving up here the last couple of days. And what other coins could do well? Well, Uniswap I think could do well because it is on Ethereum right now, sitting at 948. And it hasn't really moved here in the last couple of days, but you see the RSIs are right at the bottom side on the daily, as well as if we zoom out to the weekly chart, the RSIs are turning up. And so you could see some much higher prices here soon for some of these altcoins. Honestly, I think that we need to wait and see what happens with the price of Bitcoin in the coming days. I think we will have a better understanding where this price for Bitcoin may be heading, um, and we should be able to find out if we will see more strength going into the rest of this summer. Typically, July is a good period for the stock market. Of course, we know crypto and some of these smaller risk assets typically, excuse me, guys, don't move as much during the summer, but this fall looks like it could be really big for the crypto market and these risk on assets. If you're interested in buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Uniswap, and many more, you can do so over on iTrust Capital. I use iTrust Capital. iTrust Capital allows you to buy, sell, and trade crypto, gold, and silver 24/7 with low cost and no monthly fee in a tax advantage IRA. Plus, they have over 4,500 plus 5-star reviews on Google. So if you're interested, you can click the link down below. I do appreciate it. Yes, it is an affiliate link. And right now, I believe they're offering up to $200 if you set up an account with them. And it's a great way to actually hold crypto without using the ETFs. So if that's something you're interested, you can do so. And I like iTrust because they actually have people you can call and talk to. So that was very helpful whenever I set up my account. All right, guys. Also, be sure to go follow me over on X at Mind of the Financier. Mind of Financier. I am Mind of the Financier on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. It is Thursday, and yeah, I post anything I see that has to do with stock markets, commodities, and crypto over here on X, so you can follow me there as well. Um, Also, be sure to drop a comment below if there's something you want me to take a look at. I'll check that out and just see what I think. But yeah, for now, it looks like we may be setting up for some nice little bounces on some of these sectors and stocks as well as crypto. And I think crypto becomes very bullish later this year and into 2025. But anyway, guys, until next time, take care, be legendary, and have a great day. Peace.